number three is once again about commas, but this one is also about dashes. And it says surround a positive phrases with commas. There's a problem with this. Is like every time I say the word a positive phrase, students don't know what it means. So I'm going to give you two synonyms for the word a positive: optional, and another way of saying it is parenthetical. So when you write a sentence in which you use an appositive phrase, what you're saying is that you can surround stuff that you don't absolutely need in the sentence by commas, as long as it's a descriptive phrase. And the examples here, I think, illustrate this pretty well. Specifically, this phrase in example one, a teacher at Northside describes who? Mr. Bailey. That's me. And notice you have a comma here, and then you have a comma here. If we want to get technical, I could delete from comma to comma in this particular sentence. I could just say Mr. Bailey works extracurricular events, period. And that sentence would work on its own, would it not? So the only thing that this particular phrase did is it added details that otherwise wouldn't have been included in the sentence, right, Deuce? So with that context there, this is something I don't see many students do in their writing. I don't see very many of you add details by starting with the subject of a sentence, comma, adding the detail, comma, and then verb through the end of the sentence. This is an easy way for you to insert details into your sentences. I will also go on record and tell you that on certain questions on the SAT, they'll purposely omit one of the two commas, and the correct answer will involve you detecting where that appositive phrase started, and then you put the comma there. So it helps to know that this is one of the methods through which you could use commas. Well, when you read it out loud, similar to Rule 2, Mr. Bailey, pause, a teacher at Northside, pause, works extracurricular events. It should be read with a pause. Commas are pausers. They don't come to a complete stop, but there should be a pause there. Similarly, vegans, comma, who do not eat dairy nor meat, comma, use many bean-based products for protein, which is absolutely true. And if anybody's wondering, yes, I am indeed vegan. It's not easy, but we do it. But once again, who do not eat dairy nor meat modifies the subject of the sentence, vegans. Okay? So you could get rid of that middle phrase and just said vegans use many bean-based products for protein, which is why it's parenthetical, why it's optional. You don't have to have that detail in the sentence. It just merely adds detail that otherwise would not have been there. So obviously then, and actually I want to explain why we do what we do. One is we're learning the concept. Here's the conceptual understanding. Then we are looking at what are called exemplars, the thing being done correctly. And then when you do number three, well, who's got to come up with number three? You guys do. So obviously for number three, I'd like for you to write your own. Because if you can create using these rules intact, that means that you are starting to master them. So I'm going to let you finish any notes that you need to take and go ahead and write your own for number three, and I will stop the recording.